Hello, hello. Today we're going to do one more live about another mistake that is holding you back. So I'm very, 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 very excited to be here. And we're celebrating the Look Leaner Feel Stronger Masterclass. In this masterclass, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you the absolutely straight path to so you can start looking leaner and feel stronger. So, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that is a little bit. Every time when I talk about this subject, I have a lot of people to comment and were like, "What do you mean?" The first thing they jump. And when they jump out, it's because we're going to talk a little bit about classes. What do you mean by classes? Is I'm talking about the classes that so many women spend the entire week hopping from one class to another. And I want you to imagine this. Imagine this. I'm going to start telling you a story. Do you remember the story about the turtle and the rabbit? Right? And that's why I call this the bunny mistake. The bunny mistake, it's because if you think about the story when we were little kids, that the race about the rabbit and the turtle, and the rabbit never wins. And I want to ask you why the rabbit never wins. Do you remember why? The rabbit never wins because it goes from one place to another. It goes smell the flowers and go look the grass, and it goes everywhere. And I want you to think about this when you think about training. And I'm using this simple analogy just to remind you that if you don't go straight to the point, like the turtle, you don't have to go slow as the turtle, but you have to go straight to the point. You sometimes miss opportunity, and it's going to take you the much timer to get there. So I want you to imagine like this. You go to a different city, and during this different city you would have never been. It's a brand new city, and you're trying to get to your destination, but you do not have a GPS. And what do? What do? You go straight to one street, then you go to another, then you go to another, and you keep trying different streets until you actually find the destination. It could take you a longer time, right? Or not. But now imagine that if you actually had a GPS. Imagine if you had a GPS, a map that tells exactly what to do. And I like to do this analogy to think about your training, to think about what exactly you're thinking once you start a new go. What you're thinking when you're like, okay, let me think this. I want a leaner body. Okay, because right here we talk about leaner body. Right here we talk about how do we get the leaner body that you want, how you look leaner, how you feel stronger. And I want you to understand this because I want you to think about this as the same way as you go to a brand new city and you have no GPS. And when you have no GPS, it's gonna take you a longer time. It's gonna make you take a right and take a left, and you're gonna get lost. And most of the times when we get lost, what does happen? We get frustrated. And when we get frustrated, what will happen? We quit. And I want you to start thinking about this when you start thinking about your training. Once you start thinking about, okay, what do I need to do? What streets do I need to do? What map do I have to follow when I'm trying to get my leaner body? So the first mistake, the biggest mistakes that we're going to talk about today is the bunny mistake. And why is the bunny mistake? Because there's so many classy love women that spend the entire week like this. Monday they go to Pilates, Tuesday they go to kickboxing, and they go to spinning, and they go to the gym, try one machine, try another, but there's no direct plan. Do you agree with me? If they go to different plans, what would happen? Right? They would try one thing, they would work one muscle, then I'd work another muscle, then they would end up getting frustrated because they come to me and say, Isa, I'm training so much. I'm spending hours in the gym. I'm hopping from one machine to another. I am exhausted, but I don't see the results that I want. Right? And it's so frustrating. And it is because I made this mistake before. When I was in college here, I had soccer practice and I had swimming practice and I had physical practice and I have weightlifting and I was walking. I was doing so many things, but at the same time, I was not doing something specific. right? Specific to get my lean body. So when you start thinking about this, when you start thinking about what do I have to do, I want you to start thinking about, okay, you go to classes. What do you do in those classes? If you start thinking about and breaking down exactly the things you're doing in those classes, okay, one day you do a cardio, and we talk about cardio a lot yesterday. The live saved. If you haven't watched, go there and watch. Okay, and we already know why cardio is a mistake. Why when you prioritize cardio, what happened, right? Think with me. In order to build a body that burns more calorie, in order to build a body that burns more calorie, what do we need to do? Okay, to build to build a calorie that burns more to build a body that burns more calorie, I need to increase my metabolism. Great. How do I even increase my metabolism? How do I increase my metabolism? Building muscle. Can I build muscle doing cardio? No. Why is a why? Because the only thing that builds muscle is the strength training. It's lifting heavy. Okay, it's actually stressing your muscles to go to failure when you're doing those tiny little cuts on your muscles. And when you eat the protein and you rest, your body is going to take more time to do what? To repair those muscles. That's why you burn more calories after that. So if I'm doing the bunny mistake, does that mean I'm slowing down my lean body? Yes. So think about this. Most of the women that does all those different classes, they're overtraining their muscles. Because if think about it, if one day you go to yoga, and then the next day you go to Pilates, then the next day you're using the same exactly muscle groups. And when you use the same muscle groups, when are your body's going to have time to repair? When is it going to have time to grow your beautiful muscles? Okay, so I want you to start thinking about this. It's common. It's very, very common. Women that trains a lot, but they don't have a specific things. They're like feeling discouraged almost, right? Thinking discouraged about like, I'm trying so hard here, but it doesn't work. And I will understand that. I understand that. It would be very, very hard to keep trying, to keep training, and you're not seeing the results you want, right? Imagine this. Imagine you working something so hard, but nothing comes that way. It is discouraged. But what I want to tell you here is there is a way, okay, by understanding. And that's what we're going to talk about next live is how do we actually build the muscle so I can make my body becomes a fat burn machine? How do I stop beating myself up in the exercise and actually start seeing results? That's exactly what we're going to do on the masterclass. The masterclass of February 3rd, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So right now, I'm helping you to understand those little mistakes that happen. Because when you understand those little mistakes, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start seeing the results you want. You start seeing your body changing. You're going to start seeing that lean body. It's not so far away. Because once you start seeing that body not so far away, we get motivated. And that's it's the most beautiful, important thing I want to tell you today is when you start doing so many different things, when you start doing different classes, when you don't have a focus, you're going to be like the bunny, right? The bunny never wins the race. Why? Because the bunny's all over the place. When you don't have something that is a straight path that is going to make you lean, do you understand what I mean? So what I'm trying to do here this entire week, when I'm coming here to help you understand, is that it doesn't need to be that complicated. The only thing you need to do is understand one beautiful thing. And the thing that I want you to understand is, imagine if you have a body that burns more calorie at rest. Imagine you had a body that burns more calorie at rest. Okay, I have that body. You could have that body. I could have that body. Okay, I understand that is a body that burns more calories. Now imagine that. Isn't that so close to getting a leaner body? And you're like, okay, I understand that if I have a body that burns more calories, I can actually look leaner. Okay, how do I do that, Isa? How do I absolutely do this? Okay? Hey, Hi, Miles. So what we're gonna do is, how do we build this? And that is what I'm beating myself. I've coming here live twice this week to show you. Okay. So now, the one thing that we're doing every single morning, we're doing live training. So tomorrow morning, super important, super important. I'm gonna do a live training, 7:47 Eastern, and I'm going to give away one Roga, which is my awesome foam roller that we use and all my girls use. Okay, because why I'm doing this? Why? Because the foam roll is extremely important. It's one tiny little piece that is gonna make you have a better rest. It's gonna make your body recuperate faster. It's gonna make your body build more muscle. Because bottom line, what we want to build that body that burn more calories at rest. And how do we do that? We adjust the training. Okay, and how do we train? It's just pick up a weight and go? No. That's why this entire week I'm doing workshop. If you go to my feed, if you go to my stories, you're gonna see like a whole schedule. And then the schedule every single day, I'm coming live and helping you to understand how to train in a most effective way. Understanding that, okay, when I'm doing a squat, I'm not just doing a squat. I'm actually pay attention on my mechanics. I am actually using my mind muscle connection to do this. Okay, and that's why every time I talk about the bunny, who's the bunny? The person that hops from class to class. Do you really think that person has the time? First of all, those classes are so fast, and you think they have the time to stop to pay attention to their mechanic, to go to their specific fitness level? Because when you go to your specific level, not to somebody that is teaching a class, you're following that person, you're going that, right? You're not even training on your level, you're following somebody else. Does it make sense? That's 100% facts. Yes, Miles. Thank you. That is so true because, and that's the interesting thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think okay, the more exercise that I do, the leaner I'm going to get, right? So I'm going to do 2 classes a day. I'm going to hop on the treadmill for 2 hours, or I'm going to train for so much. I'm going to beat myself so much. I'm going to do 200 burpees because I think the more is best, when in reality we know. And that's why I'm spending this entire week here, coming here and doing the workouts and doing the workshops. Not even a workout, it's a workshop. And understanding and letting you see that, well, there is a way to train smarter. You don't actually have to do the 100 sit-ups. You don't have to do sit-ups at all. And I'll teach you exactly what I'm talking about the sit-ups on Sunday, 7:47. We have an entire core class. So this week, I'm very, very excited because we're doing this warm-up, we're doing this pump for the masterclass. Doing the masterclass is going to be so much easier because I'm going to have more time to go over everything, to talk to you guys, to interact with you guys, to answer some questions all about how do I damn look leaner? How do I finally look leaner? If you haven't registered, look at that. Go to my bio. The link is right there. It's literally isadoragamma.com/masterclass. Okay, you just need to go there, register to save your spot, because we're supposed to do on Zoom, but now we don't know what we're gonna do. But you need to register your spot because more people are showing me up, and I'm like, I need to make sure you register your spot because I'm sending emails every single day, remind you. Everybody's on Telegram group. There, I'm like sending everything there. But right now, I want you to make sure you understand. And if you just got here, go back and watch the live again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it safe. I want you to make sure you understand why the bunny mistakes is such a problem that make us hold you back. It's just really, really hold you back. Too much. I love this trend. This is Coach Miles. Hold on. Too much equals high cortisol. What's high cortisol? Yes, it hurts my soul and my clients. No, guys. Yes, cortisol will destroy your muscles. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Miles, we need to come live together. Yes, go home and recover. That's it. I have a great answer. I have girls that come to me and say, hey, I did my whole training. I did my 20 minutes of cardio. What should I do now? I was like, how about a shower and go eat? Okay? Beautiful. Guys, I'm going to send you a message too so we can hop on online. Okay? Guys, have an amazing night. And remember, if you haven't registered to the Look Leaner Feel Stronger Masterclass, the link is on my bio. Yes, absolutely. I love that. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, guys. Yeah.